Hello, my name is Russell, and welcome to the banking corner of the podcast with Hustle Russell. Today we're going to go over a buying versus renting scenario, and we're going to go over the numbers involved in that, and we're going to finish off with a quick 10-year wealth analysis on what those numbers mean for you and your family over a long period of time. So the scenario we're going to use today is a $200,000 home, which if you do a mortgage payment, it's about $1,235 a month. If you do a rent at that price range plus insurance, you're about $1,550 a month. So the difference is about $300 a month, give or take. Well, when you buy a house, you have to put down payment down. There are costs associated with getting you into that new house. And those costs, when you divide them by your monthly savings, they pay for themselves in under 3 years. That's not a bad investment. When you buy a home, every time you make a mortgage payment, you're investing in yourself. And that should be your mindset with home ownership. Yeah, no one likes paying bills, but at least you know part of that bill is going towards your long-term wealth. Speaking of wealth, let's do a 10-year wealth analysis. Using that same scenario, renting versus buying with those same numbers, we take into account a couple of things. When you own a home and when you rent, the rent goes up by a certain percentage every year. When you own a home, property taxes go up by a certain percentage every year. The value of your home goes up by a certain percentage every year, which is what we really want. And there's cost associated with it. There's repairs, taxes, insurance, all of that. So we've taken all of that and compiled it, and we can give you a 10-year analysis. This analysis is strictly to show you the difference between renting versus buying in 10 years. So we're going to assume that you sell that house in year 10. The total cost of renting over 10 years is $218,000. That's not a couple bucks. That's the price of a house a couple times. The total cost of you buying that house, living in it for 10 years and selling it is about $45,000. Huge difference. So the total savings over 10 years on a $200,000 home in the price range we were talking about with those payments is about $173,000. What would that amount of money mean for you and your family? That's the way we like to ask it after going over a wealth analysis. So you have options at the end of that. Let's say at the end of year 10, you want to sell this house and get into a new one. You can take all that money, put it on the next house, and get a much bigger house for the same payment. Or you can get into another house and have a super small payment. Or you can put 5% down, get into this next house, whatever house you like, and then save that rest of the money to pay down debt, do something nice for yourself, or if you really want to go hard, you can go put it in a rental property. I guess the moral of the story and the lesson that we want to, the message we want to pass along today is that Americans are able to preserve their wealth through home ownership. It's the number one way we preserve wealth. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you for coming to the Banking Corner with Hustle Russell.